As we all know, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, OpenAI has upped the game to an extent that you might not need a real photographer to take your product images. You can use OpenAI to generate the stunning, realistic looking, fantastic images. Not only that, you can even compose images from multiple images and then create your desired image. So in this tutorial, we are going to use a concept called image composing using ChatGPT itself without any other tools. So let's get started. So here we are not just generating images from prompt, we are kind of composing multiple images to generate these type of cool looking images. So as you can see, the middle one here, the green, the one with the green leaves and all, has kind of a outdoor atmosphere. And then this one on the right has studio lighting, but with the additional prop. Here, it just, again, a studio with a white background. So, and then I'll show you how we can generate these type of cool images for your product photography, right? Now, let me share you the steps here. The first step is to find out reference images. We are going to generate this anyway in OpenAI, but the first step is to find out these images from online, right? So the simplest thing is, number one, you get the product image, whichever the product you wanted to be placed here. So I have the product here. I have got a shot. I just take a picture of the product, remove the background. You can use any tool to remove the background. So you remove the background here, and then you have the product, right? Then I've gone ahead and searched for the style I wanted, the sample images I wanted. So I got these sample images, right? So I've got all of these images. That's the second thing. So you get the primary image, that's the product image. Take a picture, remove the background, so make it a transparent background. Get these reference images from online. You can actually have multiple images. So in my case, this is my subject, and then these are reference images where I'm going to combine this, and then this is another reference image I'm going to combine. That's the second thing. The third point is you will have to name them accordingly so that you can refer those files on when generating images. The fourth step is writing a prompt, right? The prompt example is here. I have this prompt. Here I use the file name and replace the red bottle, right? So red bottle is an example. So replace whichever the subject, you can rename the subject. So I would just call it subject. So you replace the subject with the file, with the object, right? With the file name. So I've asked it to be creative, but do not change the style of the content of the bottle. So do not change the style and the content of the bottle, right? So it shouldn't change what's there in the product itself. I've given the image ratio 9:16, and then you do not use additional text copy. And then this is a product photography with studio lighting and props. So you can always change these variables, right? Now let me copy that. Go to ChatGPT, click create image, and then I paste it here. Now how am I going to do this is I upload those images here. So here I'm going to upload this is the product image. So let me just select this. This I can just take the name. So I'm just copying that name and put it to a notepad file so I can refer that later. So I'm going to use this image as a reference image. Got that. Then I might use this as well. Why not? So use that. So I am going to select this 3 images. So I'll just paste the reference image. So, okay, there are cases that when you try to upload, it doesn't get uploaded, all of them. So you might need to re-upload. So we've got all 3 images. Now I need to change the names here. So this is my product, right? So I'm going to replace that with my product file name. And the next one will be the reference. This is the reference. And I can use a subject.
right? I can use that subject, right? And then I have added this powder, but I haven't mentioned it here anywhere. Right? You can actually mention, but I haven't. Now let's generate this image and see what it gives us. Yeah, so this is how you do it. So you kind of compose. In our case, I think it helped the powder helped to generate the powder inside, but it hasn't added the powder here, right? Because for one reason I haven't mentioned it, but the other reason even the powder image was not there in the reference image. So let's do one more sample. Copied and pasted it. So I'm going to refer. So every time when I generate here in this case, I don't need to create a new chat. Anyway, I'm referring and uploading and referring to the same referring those images. So they always will try to refer those images. So I'm copying here this and then this, and I might use this, right? And then let's change the prompt. So this one is acrobase 002, and then replace the bottle with object and add the powder, right? And I'll just make a space, right? Let's try this. So you can actually take reference pre-generated image as well, and then you can modify that. When I tried that, it sometimes doesn't do the job well. I stick with re-uploading the those images, those reference image and the product image to generate the image I wanted. Well, in our case, you can even add multiple images and then kind of compose those images into one generated AI generated image. Well, if you have ChatGPT paid version, you can animate those images using Sora as well. So it's an added advantage. Well, this is a great example for what actually happened, right? So I have added the reference of this and this, but then it somehow connected this uh, backdrop and then created a different image. So that's the issue here. The best option is to probably create these images on a separate chat, or we have to include a different prompt in our case. Well, this is a good example. We will face these type of issues. So let me just do the same, but I'll do one more action. So in our case, we're selecting this and Acrobase 2 and then this one as well. So we haven't mentioned anything about this background, the green background, right? So yeah, so you just have to give instruction to ChatGPT AI to generate the right image. Well, while it's generating, uh, when I tried this on previous examples, uh, I didn't need to mention these specific instructions. It figured out the uploaded image and it generated. But this time when I tried to generate, it tried to generate the image from the previous generated image or the reference image. So it kind of got confused. Looks perfect. So it almost followed the exact style. It even used the same leaves. Looks really good. Additionally, it has added the powder on top of it. So it's fantastic. Let's go for the, I mean, by the way, even it followed the exact bottle style. There is no change. The only change here is the logo. Rest everything look exactly the actual image, right? So it's perfect. Now I'm going to copy this. Um, I'm going to paste this here the other test. Or in our case, let's try this instead of the previous generated image. Let's try this. Okay. So in my case, that's, see what's the file name, 004. So we are trying to generate 004 compose 004, I mean this image, and then the actual product image and the powder. Now, when I was trying out with some of the other images, like you might have seen on the reference images, there was one image with three or four bottles. So when I tried to generate that, even if I specifically mentioned ignore those four bottles, it generated the new image with replacing those four bottles with my uh, original product. So it didn't work well. Maybe you can fine tune the prompt and then generate it. Most cases you can just use an image editing software like Photoshop or Canva or anything. Just remove those bottles, then add it as the reference image. So that would probably work if you just want one uh, product image with the background that we wanted. So in my case, I just wanted that silky, the clothing background with the bottle, one bottle. Look at this. To replace the water bottle and then just created this fantastic image. So you can do a lot more with this. You can now having this, you can even enhance it, or you can even add characters, actual characters holding the product. All of that by fine tuning the prompt. So step number one, find the product you want, take a clear picture of that, remove the background. So it has to be a transparent product image. Second thing, get the reference image or images where you're going to compose. Third, name them properly so that you can refer them on the prompt. Fourth, write the right prompt and fine tune it. And the fifth one is the lesson. Whenever you're generating a proper product or composing a proper product image, make sure you do it in a new chat so it will not kind of confuse previous generated image. And also mention that not to refer anything from the previous generated image. So that way it just fine tune or just generate or compose the right image for you. That's it for today, guys. Thank you.